Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the warmth. Did you recognise both of those tunes?
Yes.
So the first one was a little piece by Sergei Prokofiev, arranged by Ray Farr, called Troika, also known as Midnight Sleigh Ride, and we segged beautifully into Sleigh Ride by Leroy Anderson. You see what I did there? No, maybe-ish. It was almost as if I'd planned it, wasn't it? Yeah. So what's next? Oh, is it time? Yes, it is. So this is my favourite piece. So we've got... Are you the last soloist? Is there anybody else? Yeah. Oh, we've come to our third and final soloist. Oh. And she's going to play another serious tune for you. Oh. I feel like you might be onto me. This is the band's... am I allowed to say, like, brand new? Like, almost just out of the cellophane wrapping, isn't it? Like, it's magical, isn't it? This is the band's brand new principal horn player, solo horn player, and she's going to play for you a wonderful piece of music this evening by Springer, and Javits. Yeah, who are those three? Solicitors, yeah. She's serving us a piece. No. She's going to play for you the absolute classic, brilliant Christmas tune, Santa Baby. Will you please put your hands together for the band's principal horn player, Helen Clyde. Do you get paid every time you move that stand? You're on commission for stand moving, that's it. Did you like that one? Yeah. It's the kind of piece that just makes you smile, isn't it? Gentlemen, one more time for the band's principal horn player, Helen Clark. So as you may be gathering, this second half is a set of very serious music. I mean, the whole concert is, to be fair. But, and we're going to continue that now. Those of you who have set your TVs to record, when I used to do gigs in Bolton, I used to sit at the back of a band, a school band that I won't mention again, but I'm going to mention them once. And the conductor would always go on about a thing called Match of the Day. What I love is that there's about 10 people in the audience and he went, oh, I know who it is, yeah. And he would always try and ruin some football results. Well, unfortunately, I mean, I can't even talk about Manchester United this evening without, my heart falling apart. But what I am going to talk about is the fact that you've all forgone watching the Strictly semi-final, haven't you? So I imagine that there's probably 100 video recorders set going on the old Sky Record thing, and you're all going to go home. No, do you not like Strictly? No. Oh. You might not like the next piece then. So we thought we'd bring a little bit of Strictly to you. That's the plan for the next piece. But in a Christmas setting. And this is, there's cheese, and this is brilliant cheese. I love this piece of music. It's arranged by the solo trombone player of the Foden's band, John Barber, who is a wonderful musician, but also a brilliant arranger. And he decided that wouldn't it be really good if I took the tune God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen and turned it into a little dance number. And then, not satisfied with that amount of cheese, he thought, I know what I'll call it. God Rest Ye Merry Cha-Cha Men. That's good, isn't it? So last year, I mentioned earlier on actually, and the reason I mention it is because I've been thinking about to mention it now, but last year I did a concert in Grassington, which is in the Yorkshire. It's where all that not animal farm, what's the vets thing? All Creatures Great and Small, that's where that's filmed and all stuff. And anyway, so I did this gig there, and I said, if anybody fancies a dance, the usual Boltonian joke, get up and have it, you know what I mean? And then 2 ballroom dancers stood up and did literally all the way around the audience for 3.5 minutes. So if anybody fancies a dance, have at it. This is God Rest Ye Merry Cha-Cha Men. That's good, isn't it? Did anybody dance? I didn't get a chance to turn around. I was too busy doing my own dancing. Am I right? Yeah, I'm just checking. We're going to move on now with another very serious piece of music. This, again, is my favourite piece ever. Not in its original format. Take of that what you will. I don't like the original. In fact, yeah, I'm not going to go there. But this is a tune by Bob Geldof and Midge Ure, and it was written in 1980-something, 84. I knew somebody would know. I don't know. I wasn't born. And about 10 or so years ago, there was a big push in banding. There was a thing called, I can't remember what it was called now, but there's Brass for Africa, and then there was literally Brass Band Aid, as it were, like bands were getting involved doing stuff, because there is now an absolutely, not that I'm going to get on my soapbox for a minute, but I'm going to get up on my soapbox for a minute. Unfortunately, ensembles like this one sat behind you at the minute in this country are getting an absolute drilling at the moment, because there are not enough children being taught in schools, because there is not enough funding in schools to keep this going. I'll keep going. And, you know, in order to have this, we need all the stuff going on in schools. But about 10 years ago, there was a big push that, and it's hilarious in some ways, that we were going to send brass instruments to Africa, and there are now brass bands in Mbale, in Uganda, and all sorts of places in Africa of 50, 60, 70 odd people of like the age that we should be teaching kids how to play brass instruments in this country. So in a few years' time, you might come and watch Wingates Band, and we'll have had to ship in everybody from Africa to make the band. But this was a brilliant arrangement written for that cause, to try and create the money so that we could send instruments over and all that kind of stuff. And it's a wonderful little setting of Do They Know It's Christmas? Basically, as if it was sang by like sort of Ladysmith Black Mambazo. Oh, yeah. You know those guys? Yeah. So it sets off it gets much louder than they can, but it sets off a little bit like that. So this is Do They Know It's Christmas? And it says in the top, in an African township feel. you like that one? Yeah. It's good. Is it better than the original? Not sure. All right, okay. Thank you. So the next one needs a little bit of a story. Have you ever heard of a thing called Whamageddon? It's every year I tell this story, there's more and more people going, oh yeah, I kind of know what that is. So when I started this years ago, people would look at me with blank faces and be like, what? So Whamageddon is really simple. It works like this. From the 1st of December until midnight on the 24th of December, you are not allowed to hear George Michael's Last Christmas. And it's like it's not a battle royale. What do you call a battle royale? Or is it a knockout? It's like a knockout thing, basically. You have to stay alive amongst all your friends. At the point where you end up hearing Last Christmas, you go off to Whamhalla in the sky, and you can no longer play the game. Now, years and years and years ago, when I first started playing this, I was still a teacher. It's years ago, I sound like the world was in sepia. It's only about 5 years ago. So I was a teacher, and I was teaching in Chester, and I had my GCSE class, and I told them this on December the 1st, and they were all like, oh, sir, that's rubbish. Yeah, that's true. On December the 2nd, one of them came in and said, oh, sir, I was killed last night. And then immediately the whole class was playing right the way through until like the 24th of December. And I didn't have the heart to tell them that on the 16th of December, I was walking around Sainsbury's in Chester, minding my own business, picked up a tin of beans, and in the background went, oh, I know that song. And oh, no! And I was killed. So then the year after, we played it again. And even better, they were year 11 this time. They were savvy this time. They knew what was going on. They stayed away from radio stations. They would not go into shops. I mean, I went into the Trafford Centre earlier this week, and it was the most stressful thing I've ever done because I was playing the game. But anyway, this would go on till about the 17th of December. And on the 17th of December, I was at a concert not unlike this. This is the worst time I ever got done. In fact, no, I'm lying. No, I've got my ears all out of order. So this time, I thought, I'm going to not put the radio on, talk radio. I'm not going to have Heart FM or whatever it is, or all that rubbish. I'll have Radio 4. Radio 4 will save me this year. In the background of the Archers, Christmas party, I went, that's George Michael. Oh no, I'm dead. Oh. Then COVID happened, and I thought, brilliant. I mean, no, I didn't. But in December of 2020, I thought, this is fantastic. I can win this year. Because usually, my December consists of a gig every night. I'm going to hear it somewhere or other on all these occasions. So I thought, this is the year I'm making it. I am not going to lose this game this year. And do you remember on the 21st of December 2020 when Boris said you could all go home? Well, I was still living in Chester, and my mum lives down the road in Darceleva. So I did this, I can go home. So on Christmas Eve, I gets in my car, and I thought, I'm going to put I hadn't been home for 9 months, you know what I mean? It was all that COVID time when you had to stay in your... I'm going to put a Christmas playlist on. So I had a bit of Chris Rea, Driving Home for Christmas. I'll Be Home for Christmas. Frank Sinatra comes on. Just as I came onto St. Peter's Way, George Michael. The year after, I was telling this story in a concert. And I was telling the story, drawing all the audience in, because essentially now I've told you all about it, you've got to play it. You don't have a choice. At some point this month, you're going to hear George Michael and go, damn that Wingates Band. Yeah? But it got to, where am I? So I'm telling this story. Everybody's in the zone, listening. And this woman at the back went, what, you mean this song? Wiped out the whole room in one go. And then had the tenacity at the end of the evening to come up to me and go, it's been a wonderful concert, I've had a lovely night. I was like, you literally killed me. Anyway, part of the rules is that actually, if you don't hear the real version, you're still alive. So the beauty of tonight is that you've got one last chance to listen to Last Christmas before you have to go into some kind of secluded hiding thing like I did I'm still there. I'm in it still this year. I'm going still. Is there anybody who's been outed already? No? But now you're all playing it. Oh, did you? Oh, no. So I will send you all an email on Christmas Eve and we'll see who survived, yeah? This is Last Christmas by George Michael. actually by George Michael. It's a cover. It's allowed. So now you've got to avoid it for the next, 10, 12 days or something. I will come back next year and I expect reports. So we come to our final piece of the evening. This one really does go on for about 3.5 hours. But before I do that, there's a number of things that I need to say. One of which is, there's loads of Wingates merchandise out there on a table. Every penny goes towards like keeping us in food and health and sheltered and all sorts and coming back next year. But also, there is a very special CD on sale actually this evening, which is recorded by our solo baritone player, Keith. How many years ago, Keith?
Well, it was recorded in 2018.
Recorded in 2018, awesome. So, in 2018, Keith recorded a CD because of something, well, do you mind me telling the audience? No? Was it a motorbike? Did I imagine that? It was a car. So Keith was in a car accident, and the air ambulance service basically saved his life. So he's recorded a CD, and it's called Flight Outside, and it's got lots of brilliant tracks on there with Keith playing with, what band is it?
It's just a scratch band.
It's a scratch band, nice, awesome. And all of the proceeds go to either, Keith said to me, in the Northwest, I'll give it to the Northwest Ambulance Service, those were his words. But essentially, the air ambulance people. So if you do buy any of those proceeds will go to charity. It's a fabulous CD. And If you come and see us again, like next year, Keith will stand up and play some of the solos from it. And you'll know all the solos by then, and you'll be able to sing along. So that's that one. What else did I need to do? Have I missed anything, Sue? No? I'm just checking so I don't get myself. Is the next concert date? When's the next concert? Tuesday? Yeah, but there's no tickets, so don't come on Tuesday, you won't get in. We've got, have we brought the flyers? Are the flyers out there as well? There's flyers with some of our 2025 dates on our side if you wish to see those. There might be one secret more piece. If you cheer really loudly and throw things at us. Like fivers, I mean, things like that, then there might be one more piece. So I won't do the big spiel right now, because you're going to cheer really loudly, aren't you? Let's practice now. Cheer really loudly. Go. Hey! I give that about a 6 out of 10. One more go. Go on. Hey! That's it. So if you do that with a whole load of clapping and stand up and go absolutely bonkers at the end of this piece, there might be one more. But if not, have a lovely Christmas now. So this little piece is a piece called Santa Claustrophobia. Imaginatively titled, and basically every single piece in this piece of music has some link, connection, or is literally explicitly about Santa Claus. So you're going to hear a bit of Santa Claus is coming to town again, you're going to get I Saw Mummy Kissing Santa Claus, you're going to get Santa getting stuck up a chimney, you're going to get Rootin' Tootin' Santa Claus, you're going to get something else from Back Row that I can't remember. Back Row do something, I don't know. What is it? What do you guys do? Is what? Oh, Here Comes Santa Claus. Back Row plays Here Comes Santa Claus, apparently. And then the one in the middle that you won't have any clue what's going on is that there's a euphonium solo one called, is it called Giving or Thanks? It's called Giving, isn't it? Yeah. And it's from the movie Santa Claus. So the one that you don't recognise is Beautiful, unless, well, you might recognise it if you've watched Santa Claus. Anyway, I digress. This is Santa Claustrophobia. We are the Wingates Band, and I'm not going to say anything more because you're going to cheer really loudly at the end, aren't you? Yay! Perfect. Oh, there we go. Unaccustomed as we are. Do you know, I noticed, is that the first time I've been on that big telly all night? In that piece? I'm so glad, because I noticed, and then I looked halfway through and went, oh my days. Hey, that's weird. I'm on that one. I'm not on that one. Oh, ooh. Hang on, I don't like where that's focusing now. Wait a minute. Thank you very much for coming, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate that you've all had to battle against Storm Dara. And I mean, my journey was interesting. And you also have had to leave Strictly. And whatever else is on the south. Is X Factor still on? Is the Jungle still going? Yeah. The Jungle's still going. Wow. And you all chose to come to Wingates Band. You are clearly the cognoscenti of Bolton. That's all I can say. So we've had a great night, haven't we, band? Yeah, yes. Andy Mooney, yeah. Have you had a great night? Yes. Awesome. Will we see you all again next year? Yes. Even if we're not here? You know. Thank you very much for coming. Have a safe journey home. Have a very Merry Christmas. And a wonderful Happy New Year. What you need in the next sort of 10 seconds is to find something that jingles. So either your keys or a wine glass or something or other. And if you remember back in the 1970s and 80s, there was a really famous chap, well, I mean, he was famous beyond the 70s, it was a really famous chap called Terry Wogan. Yeah? Oh, yes. And Terry Wogan recorded the floral dance. Who did he record the floral dance with? Ooh. Some people think it was the Brighouse and Rastrip Band. It wasn't. On Terry Wogan's recording, it's the Hanwell Band from London. I know, yeah. Who were they? And then a couple of years later, Brighouse released it, better, and got a number 2. This isn't the floral dance, but it is if you imagine that the floral dance was Christmassy. And it's like the Jingle Florals Bells dance. This is what you need to think of for this one. So if you've enjoyed this evening, we are the Wingates Band from down the road. If you haven't, we're the Fodens Band, British Open National Champions. It's only because Mike's in the back. Thank you very much, folks. Have a lovely journey, safe journey home. Merry Christmas.
what can you say except we should try and get them back again, shouldn't we, really, as soon as possible. But in the meantime, for those of you that can stand, please give them another round of applause. Wingates Brass. And to their conductor, Matthew Ryan. Thank you.
I know you love Christmas and I love Christmas too. We'll spend the day together, me and you. We can sing Christmas carols and laugh all afternoon. I wanna spend Christmas with you. And when the holiday stress gets you down and you're longing for a simpler time, in black and white, and remember it's a wonderful life.
I know you love Christmas and I love Christmas too. This time of year there's so much we can do. We can dance to old records and hang lights on the tree. You should spend Christmas with me.
Doesn't matter if it's cold outside, 'cause a firelight will keep us warm. We'll set the scene with the ceramic figurines and celebrate the night Jesus was born. There's 100 places we could go. This time of year it's hard to slow down. Let's make the most of every moment that we have and remember what the season's all about. 'Cause I know you love Christmas and I love Christmas too. Spend the day together, me and you. We can sing Christmas carols and laugh all afternoon. I wanna spend Christmas with you. I've been waiting for this day all year. It's true, to spend Christmas with you.